Dallas, Texas, and the Texas State Fair. And for the better part of a century, the Sooners and Longhorns have defined conferences, national titles, and how regions of the country are perceived based on the outcome of this game. When these two meet, everybody pays attention. Little gets the blood boiling. Quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the Texas Longhorns, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the Oklahoma Sooners. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Longhorns will kick it off to get us underway. He'll bring it out. It's Breeze. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The offense set for a first down play. Going with the ground game left. Good surge up front. Give him 4 out to the 18. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? At the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. And now this offense will try to overcome that second down incompletion. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Coming after it. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. On first down, here comes this offense. They go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking for a man. It's Hayden. Gets open down the middle. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. You go back over the history of this rivalry, and there's certainly been close games, but there have also been a large number of blowouts, and we had one last year for the Horns, David.
And I think as a Texas fan, you better understand that, because when you win big the year before, OU is going to come out with their hair on fire, Jesse, ready to make a statement.
When I think back to last year's game, the thing that impressed me so much about Texas was that they stepped up and brought their A game to the ballpark in the Red River rivalry, one of the biggest games of the year. Let's see who's going to step up in this one today.
They'll go to the ground. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. Quick pass on the jet motion. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
The DBs will back off a bit. Running back goes in motion. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. He's got his man. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the first down. The Longhorns want to move quickly. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Texas.
If you don't convert on this 4th down, there will be questions about passing on the field goal try. Headed to the end zone, and he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Longhorn!
Man, he took off and went and got it. The quarterback made the read quicker. You could tell he wanted to take off with the football. And how dangerous is he that he just started shooting up yards and running away from the defense. Nice run by the quarterback.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Looking for blockers. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think David drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Makes the stop at the 29-yard line, but not before he gets 15 on that play. Might as well give it to him again. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Winner of this game dons the golden hat, but you know, Jesse, only David could wear the golden hat among the 3 of us because there's no way either of us should put a hat on the kind of heads of hair we have.
Well, I've also understood that the hat's like a XXL, and we know David's got a big dome, and that's probably the only reason why he would wear it. But I'll tell you what, these players, they think about trying that old sucker on after this game all year long, David.
Yeah, and trophies back. I mean, this is something at the end of games. People run, you see, they go grab them, they put them on their heads. It means something to these kids.
And you don't want to start this game with 2 straight punts. Big 3rd down opportunity coming here. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Quarterback checking the play. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He lost it high, high and deep down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down.
It's so nice when you know it's third and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking.
He's loose. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
They'd hoped to come up with explosive plays, and they used one there to set them up inside the 30, 1st and 10. DB's right up on the receivers. They make the stop, give him 3 yards on the carry. Ball's at the 24.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. From the gun, the running back has it. And he's brought down after a solid gain, and we are done in the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Texas 7, Oklahoma 0.
Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. To the air, it's Hayden. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped offside.
That's just a mental error. On defense, you got to watch the ball. I understand the quarterback shouting and he's clapping and there's all this crowd noise, but you just got to hone in, watch the football before you come out of your stance.
They run into a bit of trouble here. 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. This one will be a 43-yard field goal attempt from the left hash. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Perhaps emboldened by converting a 4th down earlier in the game, they'll try a 2nd time. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Hit as he throws, and the ball goes right to the ground, incomplete. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
And the defense able to drag him down, but not before they'll recycle that down marker.
It's a really nice throw. It's so impressive watching this Oklahoma passing attack now. And you think back to Bob Stoops taking over as head coach in 1999 and bringing with him the air raid offense, a style of passing attack that still wasn't very prevalent in college football at the time, but since then they've always had good quarterback play and guys that could play up tempo, make good decisions. This dude right here, he fits in perfectly with what they're trying to do throwing the ball in Norman.
The Sooners moving quickly to the line. They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number beside their name after this game will have earned it, because these two teams are very talented, David. We're now at the midpoint of the season. We're starting to get an idea of who these teams are. We're going to find out a whole lot more here today, though.
Yeah, dang right. How much implications down the road does this have? But how about you get an idea of exactly where you stand right in the middle of the season, playoffs down the road, make your statement here today.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Now on the move. Pass to Sticks still on his feet. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
Man, it's one thing to get a few yards and, you see quarterbacks slide. This guy gets to the second level, and he's got the speed to run away from DBs, to make people look silly. It's so nice having such a dynamic weapon at your quarterback position.
He'll ride his man on the option. Into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and with that, they take the lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. You could probably question the decision to pass on a field goal last time, and they came up empty on that previous drive, Jesse.
I just think in this offense, it's going to come down to critical down and distances, right? Down in the red zone, 3rd down, 4th down. I like them being aggressive. They just got to do a better job executing.
Yeah, and they kind of know what the defense gave them last time. So let's be more aggressive and take advantage of that defense on this drive.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Looking to throw, it's Hayden. Fires into traffic, picked off. Takes it the other way. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. That's why you love veterans in this defense. They stay locked in on their rules, and he made the pick. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown! Why not double the try total and go for 2? Now on the option. He'll toss it. He gets there. 2-point conversion is good, and the lead now stands at 9. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Here comes the Texas offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive there.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him, maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Looking for a productive play on first down. Looking downfield, it's Hayden. Finds a soft spot in the middle. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down.
The thing I like about the slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route run. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
Hard running there. Tackle is made after the first down.
Down, Texas.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Maybe some confusion on the snap count there. That's maybe what caused the false start. Either way, the offense is penalized. After the shower of flags, it's 1st and 15 for this offense. Here's the snap, looking to throw. It's complete on the right side. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Here comes the offense on second down. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. Let's see what they've got on second down. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that third down play. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Defense a little too eager on that last one, and now it's 1st and 5. The give to the back. Breaks the tackle. He stopped at the 32, picks up 10 on the play and gets the first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments.
You see all this movement in football now, all the stemming, the defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this running back.
On the option. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and, you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's just, it's so hard to defend.
Direct snap. Past the first down marker and still running. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
And they just kind of sneaked that one in there. As a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run in.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on 3rd down or hand it off. And he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But you got to do a great job gang tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. In the red area, it's Landry. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's 3rd and long. He'll take it himself. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the first down? So now on comes the field goal unit. Splits the uprights. Good.
And this guy has been a machine all season long. He is absolutely automatic. You know you're getting 3 points when this guy jogs on the field.
So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer.
Texas.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner is stopped. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. To the air on 1st down. Snags it over the middle. And the defense makes the tackle, and that ought to do it here in the first half. This offense has a 2nd down play. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Texas 10.
And the Sooners will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And that is not what they were after. Kickoff sails out of bounds, and excellent field
This lag is
position
terrible.
for this offense.
I'm just pausing to see if that lag goes away once I unpause.
Here comes the offense on 1st down. Runs through a tackle. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. The RPO, fire complete to the left. At the 35, he's loose. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
It's amazing in college football, the tight end position and how much has changed. Back in the day, you're a blocking guy, maybe you catch a flat route. Today, these guys have athleticism, and you just saw it from that dude after the catch on that last one.
The defense's head may still be spinning. They're just outside the red zone now, 1st and 10 from the 22. Calls his own number. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
The Longhorns are in the red zone. Looking to pass. It's Hayden. Quickly complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
Great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. Swings it out to his running back. And he's going to be just short of the 1st down. It's going to bring up a decision for this coach. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on 3rd down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle. He's going to get north and south and somehow get the 1st down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the 4th down.
The corners are walked up tight. Off the RPO, throw right, looking for the chains. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got his 1st and goal.
That's an awesome effort by the receiver there because he didn't have the 1st down once he caught the pass. He had to be able to make a guy miss. And with his athleticism and skill, he's able to do that. And as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
And the Longhorns line it up with a 1st and goal. The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half.
Timeout, Texas.
The Longhorns are on the move. Looks as if he's going to run it. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Texas!
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point puts them on top by 1. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Notre Dame is trailing right now, but they are not out of this. I remember Rocket Ismail wake up the echoes all by himself. Let's see if this group can come back. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to Penn State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know that.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll try it over the left side. And he's still running after the move. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. First down here for the offense. Running to the left. And the ball squirted out. And the defense has got in there trying to pick up some yards.
I'll tell you, honestly, I don't know what that player could have done to hold on to that football. That defender absolutely popped him. He knocked him into next week. There was no chance he was holding on to that ball.
And he's going to score. Touchdown, Longhorns! He makes his way into the end zone for the 50th time in his career.
Man, what a mark to hit. A guy that's so good with the football in his hands. A guy that every single week you know this guy's going to touch the football. And when he gets near the end zone, Palmer, you still know he's going to get it, and he still punches it in.
He's the unstoppable force. It doesn't matter what defenses have done throughout his career. This guy finds a way to make people miss, to run away. He's got all the tools you look for in an outstanding running back.
Coming out with it, it's Breeze. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. On the option. Quarterback on the keeper. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the first down.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. On the option. He'll toss it. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picks up the first down. And how about the timing on that pitch? Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Looking to go up top on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls in.
And the incompletion brings up a 2nd down for this offense. They'll pick up 5. It'll be 3rd and 5. The Sooners come to the line in the hurry-up. Looking to throw. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. How about that alert play from the defense to scoop it up? All by himself down the middle. Touchdown! defense doing work. No mid-season doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. What a play by the defense there. Loose football, country fumble, pick it up with room, scoop and score.
No doubt, country versus city. When it's a country fumble, nobody around. I got to pick that puppy up and do some damage with it. Nice job seeing the situation, scooping it up, making a play.
They're just about to kick it off after that scoop and score 6.
Texas.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Breeze. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. They'll start this drive with a pass. Snatches it on the right. Hit the afterburners, kid. And he strides his way into the end zone.
This lag is fucking terrible.
Touchdown, Oklahoma.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
They want to see if they can score the deuce. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and now they're down by 7. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Back to pass. It's Hayden. Swings it out to the flat. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Now on offense, you're trying to get your running back involved here in the passing game, and obviously no success on that play. Defense seemed like they were aware of it, and all of a sudden you set yourself up in a tough position here on third.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. He's going to let it go. Brings it down on the right side. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
After that huge play, they'll try to finish him off with another one. It's 1st and 10 from inside the 40. They'll leave it with him. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Back and forth, back and forth. I don't care if I give up yards. Nice job by the defense. Now putting them in a negative situation. You gave up some yards. Now you got them in a situation where you know they're going to throw the football right around midfield. It's time to go put some speed on the field and go get the QB.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Makes a grab over the middle. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. And the Longhorns want to pick up the tempo. Wide out in motion. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on down.
I know that was tough, but as a quarterback, you got to know on 4th down, you cannot take a sack. Any way, shape, or form, you've got to be able to get rid of that football and give it an opportunity. That time, I know it wasn't blocked perfect, but the quarterback's got to have more sense of urgency.
Here comes the Oklahoma offense. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offense approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
They have a first down at the 41-yard line. They think there's room to run to the right here.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. When you've been around like this guy has, you know how valuable picking up the first down with your feet can be. The Sooners come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the ground with the back. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Sometimes in your playbook, you have run plays that are called run-it runs. You leave the play on no matter what look the defense gives you. That time the defense was blitzing, but they just kept the play on. That is an attitude-type run that you can run into any kind of look, and it paid off for him.
After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. The give to the back. Smashes through. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Sooners!
Great job with the score. And listen, right here at this point in the game, there's still going to be time left. My defense is going to have to make a stand regardless. I'm going to kick the extra point because the field goal still beats me if I go for a 2-point conversion.
And there was a little pressure involved on that last extra point, but he put it through. We've got a dandy going here, all tied up in the 4th quarter and about to kick it away. to the offense on the next drive. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. They'll run it out of the shotgun. A solid run there as he'll be marked down at the 15-yard line.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. The give on the inside. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. That linebacker saw the express lane right to the ball carrier.
And a great job by the defensive line, getting some push, making them use their resources on him. Linebacker comes free, doing and making the backfield for a tackle for a loss.
All knotted up and just a little bit of time left in regulation. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. They're working that left side. And the completion gives them a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
A nice job by the QB. It's third down. It's money down. Looking to throw the ball down the field. What's open? My running back. Find him, hit him, let him do the rest. Good job.
It's first down from back at their own 24-yard line. Snap it to the back. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. And they'll finally shove him out of bounds after a strong run.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. The offense will use the timeout. Clock is stopped with 22 seconds left.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get them out of the spot.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Quarterback keeps it. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Wants to pass it. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. Game here late, and they do not want to give up this football. They'll go for it on 4th down. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. tie game here late in the fourth. They want to control the ball, and they're not going to punt it away. They'll go for it on fourth down. These corners going to give them some space. On fourth down, looking to pass. Buys a little time. He's looking on the right side. Incomplete, the final play of regulation, and now we head to overtime. So here comes our first play of overtime. Here's the give off the left side. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. And the Sooners headed quickly to the line. They'll run it to the right side. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
This is an offense that prides himself on being physical, so you need 1 yard. Just hand it off to your back and let him go to work.
First and 10. Toss sweep right. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Running the ball in OT, and a nice job by the ball carrier, finding his lane, finding his hole, putting his foot in the ground, and getting upfield.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Quarterback will keep it. Ball's out. Oh, looks as if the defense got it.
As a defender, love the big hits. And you know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you get the big hit and force the fumble.
First down, and they'll win it with any kind of score here in overtime. They'll try the run. Finds a little bit of room. Give him a couple down to the 23.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Trying to hit the sideline on the right. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Timeout called by the defense as they want to make sure they avoid any hint of a mental lapse here in overtime. Third down. Any kind of score wins it. They want to make sure they stay in position for their kicker. On the move. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. So here comes the field goal team, and they'll kick for the win. That is no good. And after the miss, the only hope is to get a stop and play another round of overtime. Now, first down here in the second overtime. Trying to find his man on first down. Makes the grab on the left. Got enough space. Touchdown, Longhorns! That score gives them the lead here in the second overtime.
Man, find your weapons. Nice job by the quarterback, finding the running back out of the backfield. He catches it and does the rest. Walks into the end zone for the touchdown.
Now in the second overtime, you must go for the two-point conversion. Back to throw, it's Hayden. They got it. Executed beautifully, and the lead is 8 in double overtime. They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. Just going to keep it after the snap. Nice job there to limit the running room, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. On the move. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right? Having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Third down in overtime. They have to keep the drive alive and try to get it in the house. Defense will call a timeout. They got a peek at the formation. Want to make sure they're in the right call on this big down here in overtime. Third down in overtime, and they need to get it to the end zone. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Pressure coming. And he tried to make something happen with his feet, but they stopped him short, and it'll bring up a fourth down. Fourth down, and here's the ball game right here. Timeout called by the defense as they want to make sure they avoid any hint of a mental lapse here in overtime. Fourth down. Pick it up here or this game is over. On fourth down, going to the air. Makes the grab well past the sticks. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. We need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
The Sooners in the hurry up. On second down, wants to throw. And they pick it off. You can't give it away in overtime. He'll go out of bounds, but he gets the ball back, takes it the other way, and he has created a great sudden change opportunity. This game always brings out the best in both teams, but today, Jesse, Texas' best was a little better.
And this is a win for them that's going to help their recruiting. Coaches are going to get paid for. But most importantly, David, Texas gets bragging rights for another whole year.
A whole year of bragging. And a whole year of telling OU fans, you're not as good as us. You can throw up the hook 'em horns. You can do it with pride. A lot on the line every year in the Red River rivalry.
It may not be a crown, but it's a hat, and it is golden. In this latest edition of the Red River rivalry, it goes to Texas. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Until next time, that'll do it for this edition of EA Sports College Football.